What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out why the Aussie accent is so hard. Did you know? As the looks of it here, we got Simpsons right here in front of us, so hopefully this is all, no it's not all Simpsons, but yeah, let's get on with it. Let's see what we got here today guys. Don't forget, go smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's get right onto it. Let's see what we got here today. Let's get it.
$900 dues to buy us.
I did not understand anything, literally.
Done. Great. Now let's cut the BS and get real. What?
No, nothing's going on around here. It's
Yeah?
completely innocent. I left the ring on the side
Jamaican?
table.
Aussies have a pretty distinct accent.
Wow,
and
let's
it's
see
one
what
that
we got.
Hollywood finds hard to imitate. Imitate well, that is.
Who do they think I am? Some stupid Aussie drongo?
But every now and then we get something like this.
Life is sharks. 100 million years ago, when the dinosaurs lay dying, last thing they saw were sharks.
Here's Liev Schreiber's own accent for comparison.
To be an actor, or I guess to do anything in show business, the
That's
first
more
thing you have
clear
to do
for
is
sure.
Make a complete ass of yourself.
Not that you did, Liev. So, what makes the Aussie accent so hard to do properly?
It is really challenging because it's similar to a lot of different accents. It has components of a lot of different accents, and I think that's where people get derailed.
Leith McPherson is a dialect coach and the head of voice at the Victorian College of the Arts.
I always find it quite pleasing when I listen to accent tapes where one person is demonstrating 17 different accents, and you go, wow, impressive, 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 and they get to the Australian and you go, nah.
I've not met one American person that can do an Aussie accent. Most likely this one included.
To understand the intricacies of the Aussie accent, we have to take a look at how it was born.
The
Yeah,
Australian
how was
accent
it
started
born?
more than 200 years ago in January 1788, when the first European settlement landed. Aboriginal
Okay.
Australians were already here at the time, of course, but English was a foreign language to them. The first colonies of Australia mainly came from southeastern England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales. It was the children of these colonists who would have created the Australian accent. These children had their parents' accents, but also would have been influenced by the other children around them. By the 1830s, these different sounds caused a new and distinct accent to emerge. Even as late as the mid-1900s, you can still hear that British influence. But over time, those traits decreased as people embraced the Australian identity.
Okay, is that why the flag is also like that? That's
Million
really
live in
interesting.
Sydney, and another million in Melbourne.
But perhaps the nicest thing of all is this recent innovation by the Commercial Banking Company of Sydney. It's a little card that brings you instant cash.
We've been wandering up and down Little Collins Street now for about 5 minutes. And whilst a lot of people noticed I was carrying a gun, what was amazing was very few of them seemed concerned.
As far as you're concerned, unless you're scripted, you're useless. Unless you're scripted, you're useless.
Sorry,
Wow.
Mr. Keating. Anyway, this constant change has evolved the accent into what we know today as
Australian English. So it's
why is it so hard
evolved
for others to
quite a
write?
bit, like
I
literally.
think it's because of that familiarity. So your brain will always looking for patterns. It's always looking for things that it already knows.
Take, for example, Robert Kaczynski. He's a British actor playing an Australian character in Pacific Rim.
Okay.
You two are a goddamn disgrace. You're gonna get
What
us
an
all
accent,
killed.
bro.
Here's the thing, Harley. I want to come back from this mission.
And it ends up sort of sounding sort of kind of a weird, kind of cockney sort of thing that people do. And you think, that's what your brain is hearing. Your brain is hearing that pattern and then grouping it all together.
Compared to something like this.
You don't care about me. You don't even know me.
There are therapies we know are effective right now, like forsythia, and they don't even appear on the CDC website.
Can you imagine the pain they must be in not knowing where I am?
Now, before you get all
It's-
defensive,
it's
in the
really a
comments,
nice
know there is
accent,
no
like,
one
I like
Australian
it.
accent.
There are three general groupings of the accent: cultivated, broad and general.
Without spoiling, it ends with possibility.
And here's this bloke from the bush up in Beerwah,
That's a nice one, bro.
But nowadays, those definitions aren't really adequate, as we've shifted towards a more general accent. A better way to group the accent would be Standard Australian, Aboriginal English, and Ethno-Cultural Australian
Okay.
English.
Sometimes we take those things for granted.
Helen picked a good spot near the water and spent the morning surfing and relaxing in the sun.
Well, that's the ones that you don't
That
really
last one
understand.
reflects the fact that everyone has an idiolect. Your own accent is shaped by the history of where you've lived and who you've grown up with, so we all sound a bit different from each other.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of common traits.
And you learn over time in Australia to talk without moving your top lip.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you open your mouth, the flies go in.
Maybe because he's a
Wow,
New
bro.
Zealander, but that's not quite right. The back of the mouth at least should be really open.
So you can feel like you're
An
almost sitting
open
on the edge of your
mouth.
seat, looking down a little bit, like you're feeling like you're looking over the edge of something. And that's going to lift your tongue up at the back and give you that warm, kind of bright
Okay.
quality
I did not know that.
really distinguishes this accent. You don't hear a lot of Australians sort of talking like that. You don't hear that kind of dull, what we call a D nasal sound. Australians are much more likely to have a level of nasality.
If you're aware, we all go up at the end of every sentence. Because we're all too insecure to actually make a statement.
Rising inflection.
So when people are actually making a statement, but they're actually going up in tune as they're talking to you, and you may notice that quite a lot. But again, it doesn't happen everywhere. It's not a distinguishing characteristic, but it is a trait which American speakers, for example, would have to learn.
And finally, what was that last one again?
The hesitation sound, which is a really good way of figuring out
That was
how
an
someone's
interesting one,
mouth
bro.
works in a different accent or language.
Ah, that's it.
So to know that that's where the Australian tongue rests is hugely helpful for, like, if like for Scots, if I'm doing like a Scottish accent, like that.
Scottish. I absolutely hate that accent,
really
bro.
high and forward.
Scottish accent. I don't really understand their accent, bro. Like,
so for them
crazy.
to just drop back to R gives you a sense of the whole landscape that you're working with.
And there are plenty of other common traits like our lack of enunciation and our
Okay.
sing-songy flow. But who knows, with technology connecting us to other cultures and ways of speaking, maybe in 100 years we'll sound totally different.
True,
So
that is
it's
really
interesting
true.
to see that maybe we might have more of an American influence coming in and less of a British influence. But where that takes us, ooh, I don't know. What an exciting journey.
Hi there, thanks
Wow.
for watching. Before this video ends,
Wow, that was a really interesting one. The accents, how, like, it's crazy to me, like, how they actually evolved, like what we watched in this video here. But yeah, do let me know your thoughts on this, guys, in the comments below. Hope you all enjoyed. If you want more reactions like these, guys, don't forget, go smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be seeing you on the next video, guys. Thanks for watching, and peace out.